Hello, hello everyone. Hello replay viewers and hello YouTube viewers. Thanks so much for being here Wednesday all. YouTube viewers, if you'd like to watch live with me on Periscope, download the Periscope app to your phone, fish, and I am here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Thanks so much guys for coming in tonight. We are going to do more of this little bunny tonight. Alright, I'm going to flip you guys around. Hello, hello! Thanks so much for coming in tonight, guys. So happy to see you. Tonight we will be continuing block 25 of the Splendid Sampler quilt along. So let's get the paper. Here we are. So if you want for more information on that, you can go to thesplendidsampler.com. Again, thanks so much for coming in, guys. Nice seeing you. Hope you all are having a good Wednesday. We are going to get going on this right away. I am going to flip you guys around. Let me know what you guys are working on tonight. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguinandfish, where we create lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer as well, and I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. We are going to work on Mr. Bunny Rabbit applique pattern for the Splendid Sampler block number 25. Oh, it's raining. It's raining here tonight too. It's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a gloomy day all day today. You brought another printer today. Oh no. Ugh, I can't believe that that's still not working for you, Pex. All right, I'm gonna flip you guys around. Let me know how you guys are doing. All right, guys. So here's our setup again. I have all my applique pieces here. We finished these guys last night. And I still have all these teensy itsy bitsy pieces to go yet. Here I got my Clover mini iron, and here I got my starch. It is the Stay Flow liquid starch that I'm using. I'm doing about 1-to-1 water to starch. I don't know why. That's just what I kind of used last night, and I like how stiff it makes the seam allowances. So I think we're going to just continue with that. I would like to get through all of these tonight, so we are going to get going right away. Let me know if you guys have done this bunny yet, or how you guys are doing on this. My mom just got all her pieces prepped, so she's ahead of me again. Yeah, all these applique, these like using this mini, the mini Clover iron. This was my first time using this last night, and man. This is, I was saying last night, is totally the right tool for the job. I don't know how I would have been able to do this with a giant iron. It would have been tough, tough, tough. All right, so I'm going to try and crank through these. I would love to be able to trace our design onto the fabric yet tonight. Oh, yours is done, machine applique. Oh, that probably was very quick. Oh, the derby hat. I haven't done any of the bonus blocks except for the first bonus block, just because I haven't, I've been barely able to get all these blocks done. So I haven't printed them out yet either, so I'd like to print them out so I at least have them, and then I can do all the bonus blocks a little bit later. The derby hat's pretty fun though. Alright, so I'm just putting a little bit on here to get going. My starch seems maybe a little thinner than what I did last night, so I'm hoping this will work still. Let's make sure that you guys are in focus here. There. Okay, well, I have all the little hard pieces to do yet, I think, and this whole leaf was pretty tricky on the other leaf for me too. We'll see how it goes tonight. I'm kind of doing a little grab with the hands and then press after. Like pulling it around, and then around these curves, we gotta put in like these kind of tiny pleats. Putting the patterns and putting them in a binder, checking off what's done. Yeah. I had to just switch to a bigger binder a few days ago. It's called the Clover Mini Iron, and I think it's called the Clover Mini Iron 2, And I think that means it just has its guard on, and you know, I've been holding it, and you're actually not supposed to hold it. I burnt myself last night by holding it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I've never done this type of applique before, so that's the reason I'm doing it. I love the look of needle turn applique, and this will give that. This is basically we're doing the needle turn part before the actual needle turning before we actually applique it. So we're kind of working in reverse with this technique, but that's kind of the fun of it. All right, I'm gonna clip this little. I've been having trouble with these really thin corners like this. So I'm sure there's a trick. I just don't know it. I do too, but way too many small pieces. Yeah, I've only done needle turn applique for that, for the, what was it? Block number 1 with the heart. That was my first time doing needle turn applique, and I really enjoyed it. It felt like embroidery to me in the sense that you just kind of slow down and you can just chill and like you're forced to be slow, and there's such a good feeling about that when you just realize, oh, I have to go slow, and then you do. I mean, it feels like, I don't know, your heart rate just goes down or something, and I was feeling like that from doing the needle turn on the heart. So when I saw this, and I saw that the designer Ann Sutton from Bunny Hill Designs, this is the way that she suggested to do it on her blog, on the blog post about this block. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. It'll still let me do the needle turn applique, the hand stitching part, which is what I like. So we're giving it a try. I don't know. I think I could definitely, I don't know. If I did this for a long time, I bet you I could speed up this process a little bit. You know, last night was the first time I did it, and I had to learn, and so now I think I have a little bit of a little technique going on, but I'm sure that would just get better and faster as I go. Almost burnt myself there. Yeah, what's the purpose of the guard if you can't hold it? I think Paxi mentioned that. I don't know, because I would love to hold it right here. It feels like it should be held right here, but you're not supposed to. And when I accidentally held it right there, I burnt my hand last night. So and I read the instructions, you're still supposed to hold it all the way back here. So it's a little awkward, but it's not as awkward as trying to hold a giant iron, what that would be like. Well, I'm kind of thinking I should trim the seam allowance. The seam allowance, I think, is going to be bigger than the paper. Hard for you to hold back holding the red part. Well, that's where I would hold it, except for I burnt myself last night doing it that way. So I learned my lesson, I suppose. Just hold the handle. Alright, I'm just trimming the seam allowance a hair. Just because this piece is so thin that I think my seam allowance is going to be too difficult and big to get around. I had a little trouble with this leaf, or the other leaf, last night. I think it's just these funny little corners. I just don't know how to do just right. But we're going to do it like this, and it's going to be just fine, I'm thinking. There you go, got a little tip there, and let's try and figure out how to do this tip again here. First of all, I think I gotta get it wet again. So thin and wavy leaves. Yeah, it's tricky. And it's funny, I didn't think that this would be, I think this is actually the hardest part, these little leaves, and going into it, I thought that would be one of the easiest parts. So, shows what I know. There, I'm just trying to get that point, and then I'll fold over the edges. This point is pretty crazy, though. Yeah, I Yeah, definitely don't know all there is to needle turn applique, that's for sure, because this is, I'm not gonna, I don't know how to get all these little points. Oh, maybe this is where I can bring my stiletto in here and kind of fold it over. Oh, there, that was helpful. There we go. Just like that. All right, I think that's good enough. I think that little area, I mean, this corner isn't great. I got a little piece of fabric sticking out there, but I think I can take care of that when I needle turn. I can just kind of tuck it under a little bit more. I can probably even trim it off. But I think that's as good as that leaf is gonna get. So let's pull that paper out of there. So I'm just completely pulling back my seam allowance that I just did and pulling it out. Just pretty aggressively, actually, because it all pops right back where I had it, which is kind of awesome. And I think it's helpful using this thicker starch so I can do that. Ooh, except for I messed up the tip of this guy here, but let's see. There we go. So I'm just repressing it down. Now that's the biggest piece I have left. Now I just have all these little buggers here. All right, so this guy will go up here by the bunny. Okay, let's get these guys done. All right, so this is, the foot is done. This is the hand. Let's do these bigger ones first. This is the collar. So we'll do the collar. This one we have to go all the way around. All right. I think I'm gonna put a little cut into the seam allowance there, just where at the inner curve there. I think it'll help just release the fabric a little bit by doing that. Okay, now let's do it. I think I'll do the one side and then starch the other side. But yeah, this little clover mini iron, I'd always seen these before, but didn't know really what I'd do with them. But this is definitely the right tool for the job for this. Just that it has this little lip, I can just kind of fold it over and everything goes in the right spot. All right, I gotta get the other side starched. We'll turn it around. And I'm just using just a cheap paintbrush that I found in the basement. I don't, this could be anything. It's just a really stiff little bristled brush thing. All right. Fold it over this little corner. Whew, these corners are tough for me. I'm definitely thinking there's a trick to this. But I'm at the let's get her done point. Whew, there we go. Flying away. And then just this top little part I'm going to fold just in, I think. I think we'll just call it a day right there. Again, I could have probably done a hair better on that, but I think I'll just tuck under this little edge that you can kind of see there yet. I'll just do that while I'm doing the stitching it on, I think. I think that'd be easier than me futzing it with it too much now. Yeah, I'll just tuck that in a little bit behind. Oh, you know what? I gotta take the fabric out of here, or the paper. There we go. Little freezer paper. I'm doing it perfect? Okay. That's good to know. This is definitely a new to me process, so I'm getting my bearings on it. And wow, all these little pieces. But I'm thinking doing, yeah, getting a little faster. I'm thinking doing this starching and doing the seam allowances first before the turning it under. I think that actually might make these tiny pieces a lot easier because this would be tough to tuck it under. Yeah, speeds up the stitching part. I'm definitely banking on that. All right, so this guy goes right here, his little collar. So funny. Little guy. So cute. All right, let's do his arm. Oh, here too, I think I'll trim at that inner curve a little bit. Just to make sure we're okay. And I think I'll probably start around there too. So I can get these points that are in the cuff here. There we go. So small, like I wish my fingers were see-through so I could see what I'm doing. Alright, there's the little straight edge on the cuff. I'm just going to kind of hold my iron there and fold over it a little bit, I think. There we go. I'm going to just kind of angle that corner in a bit. I think that'll do. I'm making it bulky on the corner, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, let's try and do that fold over thing to get that little pleat going around this curve. And then around this whole curve here. The nice thing about the slightly larger pieces is, you know what, I think last night I did kind of maybe this angle a little bit more versus here. I think maybe that was helpful. I was thinking on the larger pieces, because they're so big, they're not moving around as much as what these little pieces are. Okay, I was definitely holding it up here last night. This feels better. It feels like I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Yeah, this feels better. Okay, let's go along this little tricky curve here. Man, I want to get this traced so we can start the stitching. That's what I'm super stoked about. Ooh, but we'll get a new block tomorrow. It's new block day already tomorrow. Ooh-wee. Goes quickly. We're past the quarter mark as of tomorrow. That's kind of crazy. It's crazy to think that there's 75 more blocks left in this. Yeah, hopefully a quick one so we can get back to this little needle turn applique stuff. All right. Here is his little sleeve. It blends in quite a bit, but I think it's going to give just enough definition. And maybe a lot of people have been embroidering around the little pieces a little bit. Maybe I'll embroider around some of these dark pieces. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there's only 3 more pieces, guys. Let's do it. Here is this is, where's my, need this guy. This is the little hand that will go into the sleeve. I've been doing the Tula 100 for 2 years. It's a lot easier than this one. Yeah, the Tula one's more just like piece blocks, right? So I can't believe you're a quarter way through it. Yeah, I know. It's kind of nuts. Your fingers are very close to the tip. It's not. I mean, this is hot. If I would touch this, it would be very hot. It would burn me. But it doesn't give off, like, I can get this close, and, I mean, I can tell, yeah, you know what, I can get this close and not feel heat coming off of it, like not feel like I'm going to burn myself. But yeah, if I actually touched it to my skin, it would burn me. But it's not like my big iron where I can't get this. If I'm this close to it, I feel like I'm burning myself. So I just have to make sure that I don't actually touch myself. What's on your nails tonight? Super cute. Oh, thanks. Oh gosh, I'm melting it. I think. Look, I goobed it up with starch. I think it is Samoan sand. One of my favorites. I bought a new jar of it, or a new bottle of it. It's by OPI. This one, this nail polish makes me feel the most girly, I think, just because, I don't know, I feel like I look like I have long hands with it or something, I don't know. Most elegant, that's what I feel like. Alright, let's get this guy tucked in here. Alright, see you, Pax. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Alright, flip this guy around. So again, I got some little pieces that I could tuck in here a little bit better, but I think I'm going to just try and do that when I actually stitch it up. I could probably actually just trim that, but alright, oh man, I'm going to have to pick it out of this guy. Alright, open it up, let's see if I can flip it out of there. This is going to be tough to get those seams back to the little corners. Okay, I think that's just poking through the fabric. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Alright, now I kind of have to re-origami this thing a little bit. Maybe now I can get that little fabric edge in. Ooh, man. Nails definitely help for this, though. Oh, you've been on the fence. Yeah, you know what? I was on the fence. but I'm like, nope, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it in this new way that's uncomfortable for me, and I'm kind of glad I did. I'm really excited to do the stitching part, and this was a lot of, like, new supplies, new stuff for me, but I'm digging it. Like, I could actually see doing this technique again. I feel like I could get faster at it. Wow. Now, this I didn't like go around these curves real well. Here, let me get close up. Look how small this is, though. First of all, crazy small. Here, let's try and get that in focus. It doesn't want to focus that close. There we go. But yeah, see how pointy I made this. I could have done a little bit better job at making that curve, but I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of trying to get this guy done, I think. And it's a little more difficult with these tiny little pieces, but oh, there's his little hand. Okay, let's do his other hand, and then we just have, we have his ear yet. We have his ear, his other ear, and his tail. And then that is it. All right, let's get this little hand. So this hand, yeah, when you get distance from it, you'll never notice. And, I'm going to make a whole pile of mistakes and stuff when I stitch it, too. So I'm sure that mistake, I mean, it's not even really a mistake. It's just, not as elegant, I suppose, as it could be. So for this hand, since it's going to go behind, I'm not going to worry about this back seam allowance, which is annoying to fold over anyway. That's going to be tucked underneath the whole thing. So I'm going to just skip doing that and go around the outside. My seam allowance looks like it might be too big for this too, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to keep going the same direction I've been going though, which is counterclockwise. My curves on the T pieces are so-so, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, me too. I'm okay with it. Something I can improve at a later date. I'm just happy to be trying this new technique. I don't need to know how to do it perfectly yet. Okay. Yeah, it's nice that I can get my fingers this close and not have them burn. I just have to get them out of the way. I've been using like the tip of this guy the most. I mean, at this point, I'm doing this by feel, like folding it over. I think it was good to do that double thickness of the the freezer paper too, because I can feel that edge when I fold it, because I don't have see-through fingers. I can't see what I'm doing really, but I can feel that. I can feel folding up along that paper. All right, and then just get the last little part. And again, I'm not going to do that back seam allowance just because that's going to be tucked under my whole piece here. It'll be way easier to pull it out without that tucked around too. Oh man, so small. Oh man, I think I'm going to try and pick it out. Let's see if I can slide out this piece. I think this is probably the smallest piece. Come out of there. Yeah. Yes, I'm trying to get the stiletto to help, but it's not helping all that well. I think my fingers are working better. You know what? What I should have done? Someone mentioned tweezers would work really well, and they're absolutely right. Tweezers would be great to get in here and just grab. But I don't have one of those near me right now. But yeah, tweezers would have worked real well on pulling out those little pieces. I was thinking she meant like the tweezers to pull the fabric around, and I wasn't having any problem with that. But yeah, to pull the little pieces out, now that's where the tweezers would come in real handy. Kind of wish I had one of those on me right now, but this is the smallest piece. We only have 2 other pieces, so I think we can deal. Note to self, tweezers, yeah. Yeah, and I think just for the pulling out of the little papers, there's his little hand. So funny. Oh, he's coming together. Okay, let's do the little tail here, and then we just have the other ear. So the tail, if I tuck that underneath, then I won't need this seam allowance either. So I'm going to just let that go because it's way easier to not have to do all of them. I am going to clip this inside curve, though, I think, a couple times just in case I need to. All right. I think we're good. Yeah, less bulk too, exactly, when we stitch by not folding over that last seam allowance there. There we go. Let's do it. You're liking your new mini iron? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you know what? I'm totally liking it too. Oop, let's go counterclockwise again. I think that'll be easiest for me. Yeah, this was always on my, that looks like fun, but why would I really need that iron sort of list? But it totally works for this. I'm so happy I ran to Joann's right before I started this block to do this, because this would have been a nightmare holding my giant iron and doing this. I would have burned my hands so much. It would have been bad. Would not have worked, I don't think. All right, now I got this weird inside curve though. I think I'm going to trim a lot of the seam allowance away. Definitely don't get these points yet. Let's see, where's the point? Let's get that flat. I think I screwed that up a little. Flatten that out. Keep smiling at the kitty peeking out of the collar. I know, it's so funny. Got a couple other little kitties in there. I know, it's just so silly. Cat, rabbit. Cat, bunny. The beveled edge dies help roll. Oh, that's, yeah, that's helpful. All right, I'm just gonna snip. I did that without any strategy, which is not usually my way. I usually have a reason for doing little actions like that, but not this time. I'm just trying to get that point there, and then I'll fold over this edge here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google the best way to do needle turn points, because this way ain't working all that well. Oop, still hands falling off there. Okay, there's his tail. I think I made it a little rounder, but that's all right. He has a little round tail, which is cute. Okay, let's get this paper out again. This is where that tweezers would come in super handy. All right, that wasn't too hard. form it a little. Reshape it. Not reshape it, just get all the seam allowances where they were starched. All right, one more, and then we trace. That's exciting. Okay, little tail, you go right underneath here, somehow, kind of like there. They're about like that, I think. We'll know for sure once we trace. Here, let me get you guys the hair up so you guys can see. And then I have the grass up here too, but it was going to be in my workspace there, so I just left it up here. Okay, and same thing with this. I don't need to do this last little seam allowance here because it's going to be tucked underneath. So let's do this guy, and then we're done with this part. Yay! Okay. Let's do it. That was the last bit of starch that I'm going to need, hopefully. Okay. And then we'll trace. And I checked out the tracing stuff already. Wow, I'm going to clip that seam allowance, though. That's going way over my edge here. We'll do this one, too, right away. The prep is more extensive with this method. Yeah, definitely. It definitely is. But I could see, like, if you're going on a trip, like my mom's going on a trip and she's going to do this on the road trip. So she's prepping all her pieces like this beforehand, and I could see that being really handy if you're doing needle turn on the road or something where you could just have all these ready to go and all you have to do is stitch. I suppose with needle turn, traditional needle turn, all you have to do is stitch too, but, you know, I don't know. This is more prep, but to each his own too, I suppose. If you like doing the basting and do it under. Yep, they're going on a retirement road trip. They're taking out the Airstream again. Actually, I think they've been meaning to for a while, but they actually on their first big road trip, a pigeon or a mourning dove ran into it on the highway and broke the front window. Like it was flying up from the ground, and it hit the edge of it hit the front of the Airstream and put a huge dent in it. And a window broke and stuff too. So I think they've been kind of waiting to get all that repaired. I think they got it all repaired enough. I think the dent's still there, but I think the window is not broken. Yeah. Well, we're almost done. We did our last piece here, Pax. That's where we're at right now. And I think let's trace this design. I'm excited. I wasn't quite sure we'd get to that tonight, but we got there quickly, so that's awesome. Let's get this ear out. You know, I was gonna get Elmer's glue or something. I haven't been out though today. Instead of the glue that I have, because I think the fabric glue that I found that I had at home, I think that's more like really permanent type stuff. It's not wash away type stuff. So I'm a little reluctant to use that on this piece instead of more water soluble stuff. So I think I'm only gonna trace tonight. Yeah, I gotta find school glue. I wonder if I have some in the house here somewhere. I'm gonna have to look for that specifically. I found fabric glue stuff, but I don't think it's the right stuff. And so we're probably only going to trace it tonight. I'm not going to glue all this on. So that'll be our big adventure for next time we work on this, because I've never glued on. So don't use that fabric glue. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna see if I have some just Elmer's laying around here. So all right, here are all of our pieces. We got all the feet, all the hands. I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to turn the iron off and set it aside, let it cool a bit, and let's see if we can trace this design. Let's get this starch out of the way. Don't want to dump starch everywhere. Okay, bunny. So here is this piece here. I'm going to just scooch this whole thing back. Hopefully it doesn't fall off the table. Okay. Elmer's glue stick is great. It just holds gently and washes away. Okay, maybe I'll look for that. In her instructions, she did glue, like liquid glue, and then did it all around the edge. So I don't know. It'll probably be based on what I can find here at home. All right. So I think I'm going to start out by just cutting a big square out of this, just so I can get this fabric, the rest of this fabric out of the way. Be sure to get Elmer's generic brand is not good. Oh, okay. Easy to pull off if you get it wrong. Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, that's a good point. This is a lot of fabric. Let me open this up and see if there's a good spot. I don't really have a good pressed area, so that's kind of a bummer. Roxanne Baste is amazing. Basting glue is good. Oh, okay. So I will, so Elmer's or like a basting glue. You found glue too close to the edge, it gets in the way of the stitching? Oh, I didn't think of that, Diane. Oh, that's good. That's a good tip. I'll have to definitely keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm just going to cut this piece bigger than I need because I'm going to be handling it a lot. So I don't want to worry too much about the edges. I'll trim down the edges when I'm done. So I am just going to cut a big chunk out of here. I'm not measuring or anything. There we go. I used generic glue stick and it wouldn't hold. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so the plan is I only want glue to hit the seam allowance is the thing. Because I want everything else to kind of like float above the seam allowance, So I'm going to only, my intention is to only get glue on the seam allowances. We'll see how well I do on that. So this, I can see through easy enough. So I'm just going to, I don't know, can you guys see that at all? Here, I'll hold it up a little bit. But I can see the character through it just enough to trace this. So I'm not going to, it would be easier if I had a light table or I held it up to a window or something like that, but I am just going to trace it. Oh, it flipped. Goodness. All right. I'll flip you up here. There's my other iron, and I will come back down slowly. All right. How's that? Good? Oh, good night. Have a nice day at work tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so I'm just using my water erasable fabric marking pen here, and I'm gonna just try and go over this. I think we'll start at the top here and just kind of work our way down. Luckily, with this light fabric, this isn't gonna be all that hard to do. I can see through it really well. If I was using a dark fabric, I'd have to do a different technique. For sure, I'd have to get like a light colored carbon paper or yeah, something like that. Yeah, I would get a light colored carbon paper. That's what I would do. I don't need to draw any of the eyes or the nose or whiskers because we're going to be covering that up. Let's get this. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect either. It's just for placement. Actually, the line of this tulip, though, or bluebell, or whatever flower you want this to be, the stem is embroidered. So I will make sure that I'm as accurate as I can with that. Let's see. Let's do that now. So here is the stem. Goes over the hand here, so we'll have to add that back in because it goes over one of our applique pieces. We'll have to add that little bit back in once we put the applique piece down. Okay, let's do this leaf zips up here. This would be pretty just embroidered, but I'm excited to do all the applique. You just eyeballed yours? Yeah, I think I could probably just eyeball this too. I mean, this is just replacement. I'm not going to be embroidering. I'm not using it for embroidery or accuracy or like that. I just need to know where the pieces are. So yeah, I'm probably being more accurate than I need to be. Let's just get through there. Connecting the dots. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. That's funny. Alright, there's this hand. And the back of the coat. You know, this has this cute little pocket on here, so that must be embroidered when we're done. I didn't notice that pocket before. Alright, and here is the edge. And I'm just going to put little tick marks at the bottom here, just so I know where the seam allowance is. Ooh, it'd be really pretty in wool. Don't use the outline until I know where to do the glue. Don't do what? Oh, yay! Penguinfish order shipped. That's awesome. So you should be getting it in like 2 days probably. Alright, here's this. And the little guy there. And I'm going to extend it into the seam allowance. And then again, here is kind of where the bottom tick mark is. So I think we got everything here. Yeah, this is enough for placement. So let's see what this looks like. Let's get all these guys in the right spot. So all right, let's start. I think I'm going to tuck this up underneath. You know, I drew that line of the flower of the leaf going in, but you know, this is going over the top of it, so that was kind of silly. All right, let's. Oh, well, I can't see through any of this, so this is going to be tough. All right. I was thinking, oh, I'll just lay the coat sleeve right there, but I'm not going to be able to see that with this, and then I need to put the bunny there first too, so not quite sure how we're going to do this. It's going to be a lot of lifting up and putting down again, I think. I can kind of see the collar and stuff sticking out there, so I'll use that as my guide. This guy comes out like that. The collar just sits on top of it a little bit like there. Yep, 80%. It only has to be 80% there, exactly. So let's check on this guy though. I kind of like the position where that was. All right, that's pretty close. All right, here's the tail. I gotta tuck up this. Now's a good time to tuck this under. I have a lot of seam allowance on this. I think that looks pretty decent. This shape is a little different than the lines, but I think we're good still. There, this goes tucks underneath to about there. Almost a cattail. Yeah, if I left it real long. Okay, now I need his tiny foot. Ooh, how am I going to keep this all like this? I think maybe I should pin or something for now so I don't have to redo all this later. But, you know, if I have to redo all this later, that's fine too. I guess that's just what I'll do. Little bunny ears sticking there. Okay, we got a few more hands. Someone posted theirs, and it was a cat instead of a rabbit. Oh gosh, that's funny. Hand. Gosh, you could almost use tweezers to place these. And you know what? Maybe I will actually, for the gluing part, maybe I will get a tweezers to help lay this down. Starch the pieces together. Oh no, that's not a bad idea. I could do that. Would it stick? I'm not sure it would stick. I think they would just be kind of, I'm not sure it would stick like how I need it to. I think I'll just re-put this out later. Again, oh wow, this curve is different. Mine doesn't swoop quite as up as the drawing does, but oh well. And then this little guy here. Oh, he's gonna be so nice. So, all right, guys. I think we're gonna just call it a little early tonight. We cranked out those little pieces, so I'm pretty excited about that. I think this is how it goes. Man, it just curves up so much nicer there. So yay! So that means next time we will be able to start stitching this. But that will be next time that we work on this block, because tomorrow is new block day, which means we won't be working on this guy for a while again. But we'll see. Oh, thanks, Pax, 100%. All right, guys, I am going to flip you around. I'm happy with this. I think it'll be fun. It's not as crazy as that other fabric, but I'm liking it. I think it's going to be so cute. And once we get some of these details in, I think I'll probably do French knots for the buttons. And I love this little pocket. It'd be fun to get that little pocket in. Little nose and eyes. And I know a lot of people put extra little embroidery stuff around too, and I think that makes it fun. Oh, good. I'm glad it was helpful. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm happy I can help. All right, I'm going to flip you around, guys, but there we are. All right, hey there, guys. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Man, that went smoother than last night, which is good. It was night number 2 figuring out that starch thing, and I feel good about it. I could see doing more of this, I think. I'd kind of like to do a full needle turn applique where you're basting it and you're doing the tucking under needle turn as you go, and then this version of doing it right after each other, and then really assess which I like better or not. But I'm thinking the stitching part will be really nice on this now. So I'm excited. It'll go fast and it'll be fun and relaxing. So I'll be here tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. And it'll be new block day. I don't know if there's been any previews or anything like that, but I'm excited to see. And the replay of this will be on YouTube tomorrow sometime at hopefully in the morning, but like today's went up pretty late. It's because sometimes it doesn't process correctly, so it takes a whole day for it to reprocess. But hopefully this will be up tomorrow morning on YouTube. You can find it at Penguin and Fish Movies, all one word, Penguin with A and D, not the ampersand, Penguin and Fish Movies. And the replay will be there if you want to watch it again, and it'll also be here on Periscope for 24 hours. So thanks again, guys. I feel really good about this. I'm excited, Cat Bunny, and I'm excited for tomorrow's new block. I'll be doing it here. So see you later, guys. Thanks again. Good night.